What is going on, my crew? This is Rusty, and welcome to another episode of Rusty Builds. In today's episode, we're still making a couple changes to our cavern build here, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good. One thing I need to do is obviously add a wall in the middle, but this right here just screams like wow. It's the way something like this should be, and if we were to be coming through here from a much higher area, which I still need to finish the staircase, I feel like this would have a great wow factor, and will have a great wow factor once we get down here to the bottom. So, come down and into the atrium, boom. Really got that big height feel. And once we raise this up a little bit, or change really the way I think that we're going to do this, I have a feeling it's going to be much better. It was a good way to start off, I think, our world, our cave build here, just to have this little glass thing. And I kind of wanted to have the glass thing all around in the first place, but as I was sort of mulling over what I wanted to do, I found that raising this up and continuing to kind of have good transition between this area and the next was becoming more and more important. So I've just been kind of knocking out blocks as I can, trying not to fall in the lava. I did cover it up a good amount, but doing it this way really makes it feel, in my opinion, a lot more open with the environment around it. And we'll have to go get some lava from another area to kind of make this area look a little bit more... Hold on, I'm sure there's something I can get rid of. Yeah, there we go. A little bit more cavernous and, what's the word I'm looking for there? Symmetrical. So, I'll have lots of time to be working on these projects. I am about tomorrow, it's Tuesday, so I will have already gone into the surgery by now. Going to be going in for a surgery, and it's gonna be... I've had this type of surgery before, so it's not that big of a deal. But I will have a lot of time on my hands, let's put it that way. Okay, so it looks like we actually want to add blocks, not subtract them. So if we do something like this, then we've got to remove this block here, and then 2, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2 on each side. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, it's nothing like scary or anything like that. Just a little more of a procedure, they might call it, to get that fixed. But I'll be out of work for pretty much the month of December. So I'll be working on quite a bit of projects and trying to make a system for this channel to get me a little more professional, I suppose you could say. I know there's also been some pretty big concerns as of late about the whole FTC COPPA Child Protection Stuff Act, which this channel could be affected by. So I've been playing around with the idea of writing in the beginning, which I did on one video. This video is intended for teens and adults 13 years and older, which I don't know if that'll actually help me or anything like that, but we'll see. So, what I'd like to do is kind of discuss our options here. Obviously, one thing that I really am going to definitely do here is make a wall around this area and around this area, which gives us this weird cramped feeling in this area. And that's kind of, as you can see, causing an issue right there. So what I want to do is brainstorm some ideas with you guys on what we could do to make this a little bit better. Let me finish off the wall here. And I also kind of want to talk to you guys about what you guys would like to see. I know I've been doing Stardew Valley, and I've been doing The Long Dark. Oops. And it's kind of hard to tell right now how many people like what. Okay. But I can say that I just want to try and make my episodes and different things better on any level that I can. So I'm hoping that if I can get some feedback from you guys on how to do that, then maybe I can choose some games that are better if you guys don't like those games that I've given, or I do. But I also want to keep having fun with those games, so I think if I do something like this, that'll at least open it up enough. Yeah. And then of course we've got lava on this side as well. So if we almost break down this whole wall, then we'll have to extend the cavern out this way. And I kind of like this feel that we've got going. And I want to extend this granite around the atrium. So exact same look, the granite around the edges of it, with the exception of like right here. Just leave this portion open and then continue the granite around this side, because I really do like this concept that we've got going here, where we've got the mines this way, we've got the cobblestone stairs going that way, and I love how open this particular part is. And I almost want to say that we could do like stone brick, pillars or something like right here. We'll have to see. But check on this. Yeah, we didn't get that much stone. That's okay. Once this atrium's done, then we can talk about expanding and figure out what we want to do as far as the storage area. So I'll have the base kind of completed in the staircase here for sure by the next episode. But I want to, where is it? Head up these stairs. I got a weird amount of lag right now. Up to the real world, because we do want to find something on the surface to kind of talk about, where the direction is going to be going, because I do want to get a small project besides our base going, and I want to get some reeds so we can keep a project log as to our progress on that. So I would like to build something on the surface to kind of mark, like, hey, this is our base. And I'm not exactly sure what style I want to go with or what that is going to look like. But we'll have to see where the staircase takes us, because right now we're in the middle of a forest. Look at those big taiga trees. Absolutely beautiful. For some reason I'm not getting really good. Whoa. That's a drop. For some reason I'm not getting really good frame rate. I've heard that if you drop the frame rate, it actually helps your frame rate in this new pre-release. That seems to be making it slightly better. But the chunks load differently now, so I might have to play around with this, because this is pre-release 3. I might have to play around with it a little bit. So yeah, I want to get some reads, and I'd like to see where things come out. But I want to do a little bit of a project, and I want to make a small town, or convert this town perhaps, because I was just thinking about how beautiful this could look. I want to make a small town, and what I want to do with it is just kind of make it kind of like your average starter towns that you have. Nice, I'll take it. In video games. So the idea is that we could have, wow, look at this lag. The idea is that we would have like a little area that we could go to do some trading, and kind of make it RPG-ish. And I was thinking we could make like a shop that sells like wooden swords. So very much like a RPG town where you just barely start off. It's your starting town. And just make it pretty. Maybe, I mean, this is a pretty cool area in and of itself right here. Where does this go to? Out to this other area here. And then just make it a path into an area that's more or less like a not so good area. It's like a wildlands type area. But this is a really good place to build something, I think. Let's get a better vantage point, actually. Because we got the mountains in the background. It's got a very starter feel to it. Because you got the mountains off there in the background, kind of calling to your adventure. And then this little lake, peaceful lake here, where you can put buildings around it, and do like a waterfall here. And that will just leak down into this little place. It's actually quite amazing how much one little waterfall can do to really make a place look much more scenic. So we'll place one right here, and you can see how that just like drains right in. And then if we come back here and take a look, I mean, there you go. So there'll need to be a little bit of restoration that happens here, but as far as projects that we can do right now on this, I think what I'd like to do is just sort of set up what we want to do with the area. And to do that, we're going to need some blocks to be able to frame it. So step one, before the next episode, is I'm gonna finish off the base for what we have currently. And that's a big deal, because usually when I've done bases, right, those of you guys that have been with me for a long time know that I typically say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, all in this one base. And then when it comes down to it, it never gets finished because, you know, I've gotten 500, 600 things that I want to add to the base, and I just never finish any of them. With this one, what we've got here, we've opened up the atrium. Now we just need to create the staircase, surround the walls in the granite, in the stone. Maybe spruce it up a little bit. But after that, it's done. We got our hero's place, we've got our storage area, we've got our mine. That's all we need. That's the basics. And then as we expand, we can expand our storage area, we can expand our mine, and maybe make some farms, and we can maybe put those at the top. But we've got everything we need right here. So, before the next episode, I'm going to finish off those things, and then we'll talk about what we need to do up there. So, I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are too. We'll take a little screenshot here and end the episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And maybe next episode we'll do a little something different. Maybe we'll do a little walk and talk adventure. Talk about my surgery and everything. But yeah, until next time. Happy mining and crafting.